Thank you for tuning in today, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have Professor Joe Choo. Professor Joe Choo is the founder of 5 Elements Mastery, and it's actually a service that she actually provides in terms of consultation for Feng Shui. Thank you so much for joining us today, Professor Joe.
Hi, Ernest. Welcome and greeting for Perth. How is everyone over there?
Oh, I think everybody is okay. It's just that the CMCO, a lot of people are still working from home, and everybody is probably enjoying their family life as well. The balance.
Yeah, I saw many become a very good cook, like a chef.
Yes, I think this is the situation whereby people can get in touch of their inner feelings of becoming a chef, becoming a gardener, cleaning the house, becoming a barber. So there's many things that they can learn.
I think it's good, everyone need to diversify their attention, and also it may be good to expose or explore the inner talent. Who knows that one day you need to change your career, isn't it? Or when you retire, you can become a gardener, a part-time barber, or use that to do some community work that would be helpful in life.
Excellent. Well, for me, I can cook any flavor of Maggi, instant noodles. I'd be more than happy to show you and demonstrate my skills when you come back to KL next.
Oh. You should post on your Facebook, man.
No, this is a hidden talent. I intend to keep it hidden.
Oh, okay. We keep it secret.
Well, today we actually have Professor Joe Choo because we wanted to actually have the second half of 2020's Feng Shui reading or Feng Shui thoughts. And we thought, what better opportunity than to tap onto someone who's got so much experience and so much background and history in doing such things. And fortunately, because of CMCO, we are able to look at digital video transmission. As Joe has mentioned just now, she is in Perth, we are in KL. So right from across the oceans, can I just start with the questions? Professor, can you tell me what's your outlook for the second half of 2020?
Well, let me start from the prediction that I have done in 21/9. Every year end, I will publish the prediction book. In 21/9, I have published a book about the 21/9 outlook. And in the last paragraph, I already highlighted that there would be disease outbreak in the end of the year at the Southeast sector, which involve the country China, up to China, and also up to US. But I never expected that it's so bad and it's become a global issue. All right, now come back to what will happen in the second half of 2020. I really have to say that everyone, the problem is not over yet. It will be subsided in lunar month 7, which is somewhere around September. All right, it will be subsided for a while. But then it will come back again in the end of the year, and that will be more disastrous. So what you need to do now is that you cannot let loose. You have to do financial backup, and then you have to think what you should do if there's another wave coming. And of course, you have to build up your own health as well. All right. So in the end, what I have to say is just that we still have to strive for the best to survive from this.
Professor, can I just ask you, when you predicted this at the end of 2019, did you expect it to happen so early in 2020, or was it more towards the later half of 2020? Or is this spot correct?
Yeah, when I predicted that, it's actually, I said that it's in the year end of 2019, which already started, isn't it? Because Wuhan said that they have cases since November. It was just that it wasn't publicly announced to everyone. But it's really started then. But the things that I never expected that it becomes so bad, become pandemic, not epidemic. So the country that will be, the next wave will hit the country that have the least preparation. Now, which are the countries that have the least preparation and also is in the east sector of the world? That is like Laos, Myanmar, Vietnam, Thailand, Nepal, Bhutan, Western Canada, and western side of United States. Look at Vietnam, Laos. How many cases they reported? It seems like very low till unbelievable. So if you want to do any investment or you want to do any export business, you have to be aware, you have to do planning to this country, or you are importing something from this country, I think you better look for another sources. But if you are in healthcare industry, let's say producing hand gloves, face masks, hand sanitizer, so perhaps you should start to do preparation for this country. So sort out what is the best transportation, how fast it takes, and what are the procedure and policies. So these are the opportunity that you can look out for the end of the year.
Wow, it does sound as though there's going to be quite a very volatile second half of 2020 for Malaysians as well.
It will be. The problem in US is far from over. So look at the cases in US now.
True. So do you see, out of this situation, I know there's a lot of chaos and there's a lot of uncertainty, do you see opportunities as well?
Oh yes, definitely. There's a lot of opportunity. But there's a Chinese saying that whenever there's crisis, opportunities arise. Look at some of the if you are doing share tradings, look at some airlines shares. The prices is very low right now. Perhaps it's a good time for you to stock it. Because it definitely will come up. The prices of all these airlines, some in the tourism company, or for those that have cash money, or those big corporations, perhaps they can start to look at some cheap properties. This will be very good for them.
Professor, can I just ask you, for those people who are starting out in their careers right now, and I'm taking them back, should they also look at buying their first properties right now? Do you think that now is the time for them to actually look at real estate?
This year, it will be a good timing.
Do you see that the US-China challenges will affect Asia even more on top of the pandemic already? Because is this something that you foresaw in your prediction as well?
Yes. Well, this is very interesting. Now, the impact will not be on China or Asia. The impact is on US itself. Okay? All right? But this US-China trade war will last until next year, January. That means that January 2021, only they will have a conclusion. What is the conclusion? The conclusion is China will give it into US. But China is not losing out. In fact, China would gain better economic ties with the surrounding countries. So they don't need US at all.
Okay.
So I don't see that Asia will not have the disadvantage from that.
Okay. Professor, can I ask you, coming back to Malaysia per se, and I think you probably look at Malaysia due to your work as a whole, East and West Malaysia. Yeah. Do you see certain locations that you think may be of better interest than the rest, or some places where people should pay more attention to? Do you have any particular locations?
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. All right. Well, I've been doing this property forecast for so many years, and I still remember many years back, before the property price surge in Johor, which is southern part of Malaysia, I've already advised people, please look at the property in Johor before it came up. All right. True enough. All right. It came up. Now, Johor will have another property price surge, which is coming very soon. Before it comes, I think it will be a good time for investors or buyers to look at that area, Johor, which is very good. Another pocket that you should look at it is actually south of Wilayah Persekutuan, means south of Kuala Lumpur. So that is towards the border, the Selangor border. So that are a few areas which is very good and have a lot of potential. So if as an investor, if you don't mind to drive a bit far, but I'm sure you can enjoy good food, good scenery with fresh air. Go there to have a walk and feel it. So, and look at the property price. And definitely you'll be able to benefit or make some money from that.
Professor, can I ask you, what is the basis of you suggesting maybe the border between the south of Wilayah Persekutuan and Selangor and also Johor? And Johor also being a very big state, is it all of Johor or certain pockets of Johor?
No, the whole of Johor. Okay.
Wow.
Now, the basis for me to do this forecast is based on the quant, and also based on the nine magic square, and also the cycle. All right, the South cycle is coming in the year of 2024, cycle 9, which will benefit the South sector. All right, where is the South sector in Malaysia? The South sector in Malaysia actually is in Johor. All right, and that will come. I mean, that circle nine, that 9, the period 9 will last for 20 years, from 2024 until 2044, which I think is a very good opportunity. So you have another 4 years to think about it before the price surge.
Absolutely. Well, it's 4 years to search for things, and if you see any good deals, you know that now's the time when a lot of developers are looking at incentivizing the buyers. You're absolutely right.
Yep, definitely.
So, other than southern side of Malaysia, which is Johor, is this also the reason for the south side of the Wilayah Persekutuan and Selangor border as well?
Yes, that's right. Anywhere from there onwards up to south would be good, actually. All right. I'm not looking at the north side. Well, north side already come to the highest point. There's nowhere. It's really, actually, I would say that it's saturating because the period has over.
So I just wanted to ask maybe some personal questions in that sense, whereby your personal property buying in Malaysia, your experience. I just want to take you back to the first time when you bought your first property.
Right.
How long were you working for before you managed to afford that first property?
Well, I had that for my first property. Actually, well, I was very lucky. Okay, it was at Desa Park City. Nobody was
lucky.
at it.
Oh, you must have been one of the very first buyers there then.
Oh yes. Well, I was very lucky at that time. To obtain 100% loan was very easy. Okay, so I've been working, but I never knew that it's so easy. That's why I've been working like about 6-7 years to have my 10% deposit for that property. In actual fact, when I applied for it, the broker said that, oh, actually you are entitled for 100%. Oh, okay. Then in my heart, I was thinking, I was like, 10%. Why did I work so hard to get the 10%? You see, if I knew about it, I could have bought it when I first started to work. You see, yeah, when I first moved into Desa Park City, there was nothing. It's all muddy roads. There's no central parks. There's no Cascadia. And we were provided with free shuttle to go to IKEA, Wanotama, and SS2 to do shopping and whatever.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Very early days. Okay.
Yes, very early days.
So, Professor, when you first bought that first property, in your mind, before you got a 100% loan, or even after you knew about 100% loan, in your mind, how did you overcome that fear? Wow, all of a sudden I have a 30-year loan. A lot of people who want to buy properties, they're very concerned. One day the biggest debt I may have is probably my credit card debt, which is probably a few thousand. And then after you sign the loan agreement, few 100,000. How did you overcome that fear?
Yes. Well, I was a bit scared and skeptical. It's like, like you say, how am I going to pay the monthly installment? Although it was considered quite cheap that time, but still scared. So I had to work harder to do the repayment. But things that there was a price surge after I moved in, and that made me feel more comfortable. That means that in my heart, I've been telling myself, okay, I could either refinance her property, or I could actually buy another unit in Desa Park City, because it was still quite reasonably cheap at that time because of the price surge and things like that. But of course, it never been, after a while, I get used to the mood to do the repayment, and it's never been a problem. Never thought like, oh, it's hard. But the problem is that when I was buying my second property, it was harder, because that was the peak of the property price in KL. That was like, oh my God, I was really, really scared to apply for the loan, because he's talking about millions.
But I think after the first property, when you go through it, it's just like getting used to it. And then after you get used to it, you kind of like adjust yourself and prepare yourself mentally for that.
Yes, definitely. That's why, I think it's good for the buyers who is actually looking for a property for their own use first. I would advise that buyers should buy a property for their own use first, then only move forward to investment properties.
Professor, can I ask you, if you could go back in time, like now, I do not know how long ago you bought your first property, but you could go back in time and meet yourself at that time, what would you tell yourself in terms of your younger self, in terms of property investment? Would you give any particular advice to your younger self?
Oh my God, I should have taken advantage of the situation and buy more properties that time. Because it was so cheap and it was before the property boom, actually. It was before the property boom. I was so stupid, or maybe I was so scared to have so much loans,
Yeah. Well, always in hindsight, we always look at opportunities that we have missed.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just wanted to ask you, before someone buys a property, and I'm presuming that when you bought your property as well, were there elements of Feng Shui that you were looking at before you said, okay, not this unit, but this unit, or not this floor, but this floor, or not this orientation, but that orientation? What is it that one has to be cognizant of in order to have a comfortable, tranquil, and harmonious life in the property?
Well, okay, I'll look at it that we segregate into two types of property. One is the landed property, the other one is high-rise condominium. Before you buy a landed property, it will be good for you to study the land form. What are the land form that is ideal for a landed property? That is with a highland at the back and then water feature in front, or at least a flat land. Never have a landed property with the back is lower, because if your back is lower, that means that you will not be able to contain the energy. Once you're not able to contain the energy, then you will not be able to save money. Why are you working so hard? You just want to save money. You just want to have comfortable life. With the lower back of the property, that means that whatever money you save up, you have to use it for a valid reason. So this is the first thing you have to avoid, to have the low back. Secondly is that never buy a property, no matter how cheap it is, never buy a property in front of the T-junction. This will cause a lot of family troubles, even critical illnesses. So these are the basic things for landed property. There are many more, but this I would consider that these are the two main factors you have to watch out for. Well, for high-rise, it's the same. If a building, the entrance is facing lowland, and the back is higher, that would be ideal. And when it comes to the unit door, the unit entrance, we don't look at the lobby entrance. We have to look at the individual entrance. And please go as far as possible from the lift. Never be next to the lift, because scientifically has proven that all this is bad. The magnetic power is bad for your health. So please go away from the lift, and if you can, ensure that the unit entrance never be facing the balcony door. This is the same thing. The energy go into the house and then go out immediately from the balcony door. You know that our life is that once we go into the house, we open the window, we open the balcony door as wide as possible to allow the fresh air to come in. So once you have your door open, energy come in, open the balcony door, energy go out. Again, this will not be able to help you to save money. So this is very important. If you want to know more in detail, perhaps you can do another interview. Let me teach you how to select the right property according to your year of birth and then your family details and other stuff.
I think that's an excellent offer, Professor. I wanted to do something else as well to share what you've just said. I think for those of you listeners who are interested in getting something more personalized, if you wanted to actually get some advice on a one-to-one basis, when this video is out, I'm going to tag Professor Joe Choo on it, and you can definitely reach out to her, and all you have to say is Star Property, and when she hears that, she will know that this is in reference to this discussion, and she'll give you a consultation at a very interesting package solution.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Excellent. But Professor, can I ask you, if you were to actually inherit such properties, not buy, but you inherit such properties, can there be a property that you inherit that can cause you turmoil?
Well, if I inherited it, but I don't stay there, that is fine.
Okay.
Because I'm not, the energy is not around me, the negative energy is not around me. All right, so it is fine if you are inherited from a family with that kind of situation. All right.
Okay, so if you're inheriting it, it's fine. Would it be also similar to your T-junction if you're not staying there, but if you buy and you rent it out? I see. Okay.
Yes, correct. But I would say that if you buy and you can see that there's a room for you to make money, is fine. But if you want to buy and rent it out, I would not advise it, because whoever stay in there, your tenant, they will not be able to make it. And once they're not able to make it, then they will always delay your rental. Do you want such tenant?
Absolutely.
You don't want, right?
Absolutely correct. Yeah. Professor, I know that timing is very, very tight on your side, but I wanted to just get to the last few questions that I think everybody wants to know as well. Are you still buying? Are you still in the market to buy right now?
Well, I'm not in the market to buy right now. I'm waiting for the right timing. Like I say, it's in the end of the year.
Okay, so it's not cannot. It's just timing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the timing. Yeah.
So between now and the timing, what would you advise buyers to do during this period?
But do more market research, comparison of the pricing, landfall, and what are the people that you'll be attracted to rent your property or to buy over your property. All right. I think this will be the best thing to do, since you have a lot of time to do research. Your boss is not looking at you because you're working from home.
Okay, understood. All right, very good. And lastly, would you prefer landed or strata yourself?
Of course, landed is better because I would be able to tap the earth energy directly. Because in Feng Shui, in Feng Shui, we always emphasize on 3 types of energy, which is cosmic, earth, and human energy. So earth energy is very important. If you stay in strata, the higher it is, the longer it takes the earth energy to travel to reach your unit.
Okay. Does that mean, I know there's certain developments in the Klang Valley where the unit also comes with a garden, even though it is strata. So is that the same equivalent as well, Professor?
Well, because the strata in Malaysia is quite... okay. Now, there are some condominium unit is considered as strata as well. So which one?
So the condos with gardens. So is that considered earth energy as well?
No, it's not. It's not.
So it's not having the earth, it's actually touching the ground.
No. No, not at all. It's totally different.
Okay, I completely understand. Well, thank you so much, Professor Joe Choo. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had the real insights on H2 outlook from the Feng Shui perspective from Professor Joe Choo. And take this advantage if you actually want to have more information or more insights, and if you actually have certain private questions that you wanted to get Professor Joe Choo to let you know or contact you, please let her know when we publish this video through this Facebook page where we put it up there, or you can even write to me at Star Property, and I'll make sure that you get the message. That she gets the message across. Thank you again for tuning in.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you, Professor. Take care.
Yeah, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Lastly, before we end this, I think I would hope everyone practice social distancing so that you stay safe for yourself and for your loved ones.
Yes, sage advice. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.